Welcome to the Hot Topics podcast. This is Psycho 4081. I'm joined by
Lamb Chop
and Felonious Feather.
Thank you for joining. How are you guys today?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it was a beautiful day today.
Yes, it was.
It was.
I was surprised. I actually went out, got my Rita's Ice and some greasy food. It was
so
a good
you're
day.
happy.
It was a good day. Although it looked like it was about to rain. I don't know if it did a little bit somewhere, but it was a pretty good day. And I think I'm convinced that sunny days, good days does wonders for your mental health.
Oh, absolutely.
I think just make you feel better.
good. It's the vitamin D you get from the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're all short. Well, I know you're short on vitamin D.
Actually, I'm good on my vitamin D. Thank you. Because my doctor even told me I didn't have to take my supplement anymore.
Really?
So I am good on my vitamin D.
How are you good and I'm not?
Because the light-skinned people
Right,
absorb their vitamin
you get yours come through.
They ain't gonna talk about me.
No, I'm gonna tell you something funny, right? Felonious was talking about, like, she called me a half white man, half black man, right?
Yeah, Fanta and Coke.
Oh yeah, Fanta and Coke, right? because my lower arms is different from my upper arms and my
and your face and your body.
Yes.
And I said, if peradventure his head gets cut off, they won't be able to figure out who
That's the body.
Because it's so different.
I can't say anything. I'm the same way. My poor little legs look like copy paper. They're so white. I can't. I got to get it together.
No, but for the most part, you have like the same. But his is like so dark on the face, and then the body is like, and then your arms say, just look.
Yeah.
Can you see the contrast?
Yeah.
Right?
And I need to show more of my body.
You need to show more of your body.
Leave
Yeah,
that bird in the
cage. This same one or another bird.
Well, you know, I do need the vitamin D, so that's the best way. And I think I'm gonna do that this summer. I'm gonna actually get out there, you know, do some work in the backyard with the, you know, shoveling and the picking and all that type stuff and sawing and building.
Okay, make sure you give me your key because I'm the closest person to you if you pass out in the yard.
I'm be out there like, you know, like the construction workers.
Okay. You know your age, right?
Isn't he like 70? Going on 80?
Just saying.
No,
I enjoy this time of the year. I like the sunny days. I'm not a winter person.
No.
So I'm so happy that it's
I like
starting
this
to warm up.
now, like right now, but later it's going to get hotter and I do not like
Well, you know what
weather.
I like about it? Not so much the heat, but I like that we have more daylight.
Yeah.
That's what really gets me.
Yeah.
I hate those days where you go in there and you get up, it's dark.
Mm-hmm.
You get off of work, it's dark.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that doesn't do anything for your mood.
Not at all.
So, but I'm not so much against cold weather. I just don't like the extreme cold weather. You know,
I don't like none of it.
that's you know. But any good news lately?
Well, we all woke up, so that's good news. I don't have any good news right now.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna talk about something real quick that I saw. I saw on a news clip, the Virginia Tech thing, and we'll talk. We'll have a specific podcast on this.
Okay.
Now, how you guys feel about the national anthem? Was talking about that earlier. So the Virginia Tech basketball coach, I guess he saw that some of his players didn't either stand or they were fidgeting or whatever they did during the national anthem. I guess he didn't like it. So he ended up assembling a whole bunch of military people together. And, you know, it was giving their salute or, you know, the right hand over the heart, and they played the national anthem. But before that, he was telling them why they should respect the national anthem. And, you know, he made it about, you know, these guys gave up that seat, the seat that they're sitting in, because they went and served in the military, you know, and all this stuff. So I was kind of split on that because I always thought, like, when I went to games, I thought it was disrespectful for people not to stand, during the national anthem and stuff like that. But if you really think about it, it's two things. I don't think national anthem and patriotism or forced patriotism, whatever it is, belong in sports. People go to sports to be entertained. And there's also people who are not American.
Right.
So it to me, it doesn't belong in sports. In entertainment, not just sports, but entertainment. Secondly, if you want to make it about the military, then they say, well, yeah, the military went and fought for freedom, blah, blah, blah. That's a debate there too, because what war or conflict that we fought in that actually was for our freedoms that we have here. Think about it. It wasn't Vietnam. It wasn't World War II. It wasn't World War One. Those were wars in Europe, in Africa, and Asia.
Other countries.
Right.
Yeah.
So the Iraq War wasn't about freedom. It was about, someone else's freedom. Actually, it was about corporate America. Let's be real about it. But anyway, so I was kind of split on that, and I was like, you know what? The easy thing about that is, don't even bring it. You can't force somebody to be patriotic.
Right.
And if you want to make it about the military fought for, if anything, they fought for our way of life, and that means the freedom to choose not to do those things. So it's kind of hypocritical anyway. So I thought that was interesting, and some of the comments kind of followed what I was saying, and I just thought that it was kind of funny that people try to say, you must do this and you must do that, whatever, because you're disrespecting the flag and the soldiers that fought for these freedoms. Well, they fought for the freedom for you to choose.
Right.
So
technically, they weren't fighting for free slaves.
Right. Well, yeah, that too. That is a big one. Yeah. So we got into the national anthem on that.
So there's that. And I'm with you about the right to choose. You should have a right to choose. If you don't feel like this is something that is in your lexicon or in your life, I think you should have a right to sit that one out. Jehovah's Witnesses don't stand.
She lost me on that word, lexicon.
If it ain't in your groove, was that better?
Okay,
okay. Yeah.
But
No, I'm just saying. I think that you should have the option. I don't believe Jehovah's Witnesses stand for the national anthem. I don't believe that they do the Pledge of Allegiance either. So, you can't force people. If they don't want to, they don't want to. And like you said, that's the United States. We are supposed to be able to have a choice.
And that was the first fight for those freedom of religion.
Right.
Right. So, yeah, I thought the more we more I look at social media in the news and people's comments and stuff like that, it just the hypocrisy just glares more and more. And I don't know how we have to or how we can reset this, but it's I think it's tearing down this society even more than it already is. But
yeah, I think it's always going to be a part of things. I think the issue is that people have to come to the understanding that I should be able to stand or not stand. It's my choice.
Right.
And you shouldn't be able to take that away from me. So I don't follow sports. So what do they do in other countries? Do they play other countries' national anthems before they start?
So typically, if you're in the Olympics, they would play the national anthem before. I mean, both countries' national anthem before the games. I could see that. That it makes sense. You're representing your nation. But here, you're not representing your nation. You're representing a private club. So you get the difference? I've never been to a sporting event in another country.
Or just like soccer on TV, do they?
They
play?
do it. They do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
But that
For
started.
important like finals and stuff, like important games.
They do it in Nigeria?
Yes, they do.
They play the national anthem?
Yes.
Okay.
Soccer, yeah, they do. And we recite the national anthems in schools.
What is your national anthem? You know the words?
Of course, I know the words. What do you mean?
I was asking. So a lot of people don't know the words.
I do know the words. I know the pledge. I know because you have to you have to recite them from like
grade school. Like,
Every from the moment you enter school,
Yeah.
you have to we have assemblies where you're outside, and then everybody recites the national anthem and the pledge.
Okay.
Didn't they change the national anthem in Nigeria?
Oh, they just
recently?
did that. Yeah, recently they said.
You know it?
No, that was like before.
Then you don't know
even
the
my
national
friend.
anthem.
The new one.
Do you know the national anthem of Nigeria?
Well, I'm in America.
Where are you
sorry.
going with this?
I'm just
Really?
trying to
in
say she
America,
don't know the
sorry.
national
Really?
anthem.
They just changed it, which everybody has not agreed with that. That's just
But those that count agree with it.
nobody cares.
What do you mean those that
The
count?
people-
Something
the deciders.
no, well, we don't care. Nobody cares about that. Nobody cares about
I think the
that.
big thing with that was
That's not even
the-
that's not important. Like there are other things you should do focus on. Like people are suffering. Like that's basic thing that
Yeah.
you should first do before thinking of what does the
Right.
national anthem have
Well,
to do with anything.
I think
Like
while we
misplaced-
fighting about that.
Misplaced priority.
I think a lot of the
Makes
people
sense.
who are against it were brought up the fact that the one that they had before was written by a Nigerian, whereas this one,
Oh, the new
as
the
they
one we've been
said,
taking.
yeah, was written by
Wait,
the
the one-
colonizer.
Oh, the which one?
The original
the
was
new
written
one.
by the. Okay.
The new one they're just about to.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
yeah. I just read that like a couple days ago, I guess it was, but yeah.
Because it's an old one. Maybe the ones our parents probably had during their days. So, yeah.
Well,
And it doesn't even sound so good. Like
even our national anthem, I really like. If you look at our national anthem, it's funny because they use a British fight song for the actual music that is not American. The words was written during the War of 1812,
Right.
And a lot of people don't know that either. And it was written by a person who owned slaves, and he were in one part of that national anthem. He's basically, well, I don't know what the word for, but he was talking about the Americans, are they Americans, the Africans that were promised freedom by joining the British. So how could you talk about freedom, use that as a freedom song, home of the free and the brave, when there were people fighting for their freedom,
Right.
right? So
that we're not free.
exactly. So
Well,
that's
they didn't consider us people either.
well,
so
yeah, that
might be
well,
an
yeah.
issue.
But that's another thing of hypocrisy. But I always thought that America the Beautiful is a way more appropriate thing for our national anthem.
Yeah.
It just tells you the beauty of America.
Right. Right.
Without getting into all that, subjective stuff.
so for us, it says that the one I know it's Arise of Compatriots.
Okay.
It was used from 1978 until isn't that crazy? How can a national anthem that was used from 1978, all of a sudden you relinquish the national anthem in 2024? And
It's not even that old compared to the one
Yeah.
we're doing.
But
yeah,
they-
because our independence
it's
was
1960.
1960.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
So 1960 to 1978, that's just 18 years.
It was before that, like 1960 to 78. That's 18 years, and it was Mama say Mama Sa Mama Kusa,
Whatever.
Mama say-
So that national anthem, and then the one we've known since 1978, you want to change it now
Right.
back to the first one. That's what I said.
Oh, so the
So
one
it
that's they're changing it now
changing it back
was
to
the old one
yes
from 78.
exactly.
Ah,
The one they used from after independence till 1978 is what they want to change it back to. So
okay.
the one I know of is what we've been using since
1978.
Yes,
Ah,
up until
okay.
2024 May, and then now they want to go back. A lot of youths, everybody doesn't even care about.
But
we
that
don't even know
that's to be a reason for that though. That's kind of
Yeah,
odd to just
why?
pull that up. Say we're gonna go back
all
to
of a
the
sudden we want to change it.
yeah,
that's just weird.
and written by somebody who's not Nigerian.
I have to research on that. Let me see.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, but yeah, our anthem should be.
It
America
says
the Beautiful.
okay, yeah, lyrics. No, it's okay. Arise of Compatriots was by a Nigerian. Yes, by how many Nigerians? By John. They're all Nigerian. The first one, the second one, Nigeria We Hail Thee is the one they want now.
That's the one
They're changing it to now. Oh yes, exactly. It was by Lillian Jean Williams, obviously not in Nigeria. So I have no idea. Maybe they like Nigeria, we hailed it. That's all I know.
That's the new one or old one?
The one they're about to change it to. The one they're changing it to.
Now what is the? You just say one part of the one.
Arise. The one I know. Arise, O compatriots.
Okay.
Nigeria's call obey to serve our father's land with love and strength and faith. The labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain.
They got rhythm.
To serve with heart and might, one nation bound in freedom, peace and unity. That's all I know. That's the first one.
Very good. Let me give you a clap.
Yes. Very nice.
We're gonna send you on America's Got No Talent.
I can't stand I swear I think I say that every time we hear. I swear I think I say that every time.
Well,
so special.
Well, I can't go for America's Got No Talent because number one, I'm not American, and number two, I do have talent.
Okay, well, Africa Got No Singing Talent.
You know what?
How about that show?
My voice sounds better than yours.
Oh, you
sing your national anthem. Let's
No.
I'm gonna give you the Marvin Gaye version. Oh, say.
Oh no. No.
Oh my God.
I need some water.
You need some singing lessons.
People don't even sing. Can you sing it for me? Let me.
I know the words. I know the words.
Yeah, sing it.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early? I'm not gonna sing it.
How am I gonna know it if you don't?
Oh, say, can you see?
This is painful.
By the dawn's early light.
Oh my God.
What so proudly we hail. That's all I'm singing. But it's about fighting. It's about the rockets, red glare, bombs bursting in air, all that type of stuff. It's about war. And I guess it's fitting for this country since we've been at war for most of our existence. But I don't think that should be a national anthem about war.
I just think that you should have a choice. If you don't want to stand, that's fine, and no one should be able to force you to stand. That's it.
Now here's America the Beautiful. You know the song, the lyrics?
I don't know.
It's like previous.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesty.
And
he doesn't know the rest
I'm
of
reading
the
it.
word.
I didn't want to hit that high note because I didn't want people to.
Yes,
I didn't want people to call in.
Yeah. Like, this podcast is over. We were singing, we done.
Above the fruited plain, America, America, God shed His grace on thee and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Now, we could use the Ray Charles version because that one was hot.
Yeah.
But.
Oh my God! Just because he sang one song,
I know
he has to cough like 75 times.
But you know what? That is fitting. That's telling you the beauty of this country,
right?
And the other part of it. That's the part we usually sing, right? So they got "Oh Beautiful" for pilgrims' feet, whose stern and passion stress a thoroughfare of freedom beat across the wilderness. It's telling you about the country, I think it's
more fitting.
It's definitely more fitting, Who more than self, their country loved, and mercy more than life. That's the part I know from Ray Charles's version.
I don't care about your national anthem, but I do like.
That.
Well, no, I'm saying I don't care about what version is what I'm saying because I don't even know which one. I don't know. I hardly, but I hear the other one. The other one the first one you sang.
Star Spangled Banner.
I don't know what it's called.
It's called Star Spangled Banner.
Mm-hmm.
That's the title.
The Star Spangled Banner, the flag.
Oh.
The Star Spangled Banner.
Oh.
Yeah, that it was. He was actually locked in a cell.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought he was on a ship.
He was locked in a cell, and obviously the war was going. He could see after all the bombarding, whatever, the flag still stood. And a lot of times, especially when they fought well, when they attack the fort or any base, whatever, that's the big sign that you know that it was conquered. That flag comes down and the
other
enemy flag
goes up.
Yes.
Whoever won flag
Right.
goes
Yes.
up.
I didn't finish my statement. I said I didn't care, but I like whether you like it or not. I like the Pledge of Allegiance. So
Oh, that's different.
because it's easy to learn too.
What is the Pledge of Allegiance?
Duh, I know it.
You do it?
I know it.
Our Pledge of Allegiance?
Yes.
Okay. Impressive.
Yeah.
What is it?
I know it. What do you mean? I said I know it. I said I know it.
Why are you been okay? I'm just
All right.
I'm gonna just sit over here and be quiet. I'm looking for my trending news. That's what I'm gonna do.
All right. But last.
I pledge
Okay.
allegiance to the. Wait, what part don't I know?
But let me tell you,
the
the
flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, and
With liberty.
with liberty,
with liberty and
justice
justice
for
for all.
right?
Because it's so short and so easy.
And is a huge lie. You know, it is a huge lie. Okay, and before anybody who comes up there and say I'm not patriotic, if you worked in public safety for most of your life and you served in the United States military, like myself, if you haven't done that, STFU. Okay. Yes, I volunteered to do this. So, yes, I can criticize it, and I think that's the measure of a patriot is to criticize your country and make sure that they're held accountable to make it the best that it can be for everybody, not for the privileged few.
Okay. You on a soapbox today?
Hey,
What,
listen.
you ate some meow mix this morning?
It was that article that he had the nerve to make them like you can't force patriotism, especially when these are the same patriots that flew an upside down flag because Trump got convicted of 34 counts, felony counts. You know,
Well, actually, they flew the flag while he was on trial.
they did
It
upside
was
down.
before, yeah.
Okay,
And don't get me started.
justice. Okay, you're
Supreme.
you're
Court
disrespecting
justice.
the justice system. You know, the one that served you so well all these 400 years. Has it been 400 years? Yeah, I'm gonna say 400 years. So I just think it's ironic that you so-called patriots, want to fly the flag upside down, and at other times fly that the battle flag of the Confederacy, which is
Ooh, that's a whole new show.
which is in itself is traitorous. Is that a word?
That's a whole new show.
Traitorous. Traitorous.
Traitorous?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna make it.
I know what you're talking about.
You're traitors. Okay. So miss me with all that people hate America and you're disrespecting the flag and you're not being patriotic and all that other type of stuff because most of them don't know what it means. If you want to say that they fought for freedom, they fought for the freedom to choose whether somebody wanted to sit or whether somebody wanted to stand. So you're a bunch of hypocrites. Yes, I said it. Hypocrites.
Ooh, yes, he
All right.
is on the
There we go.
soapbox today, y'all.
Yes, and we're gonna finish this one because
Yeah,
that
we will
really
finish it.
touched
Actually,
the nerve.
what I really want to do is get the whole song because I don't think people understand why African Americans are so upset about it because they don't have the entire song, and you're not
Right.
looking at the fact that he was talking about having slaves, and you weren't singing for our freedom.
Right.
That was the other thing. It wasn't about our freedom.
What was the War of 1812 over?
I have no idea.
Wasn't it about the border?
I have no
Okay,
idea.
let me see.
I really don't. It's been a very long time since I've been in history class.
You know what? And I'm trying to recall, but the two leading causes of the war were the British Orders in Council, which limited American trade with Europe and impressment. The Royal Navy's practice of taking seamen. Oh, that's what it was. Taking seamen. I remember that part. Taking seamen from American merchant vessels to fill out the crews of its own chronically undermanned warship. So they was keel hauling them.
So the British were taking
Yes. They were taking American merchant
American
seamen and forcing them on their ships because they were undermanned.
They were forcing them, or
No, they were forcing them.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. And you know what? I think that had been a practice way before then with battling. Even pirate ships did the same thing, But it's whatever. The thing is, that's how we got. That's how we got that border with Canada.
Oh,
That,
wow.
how the border's all straight,
Right.
Because of that, it was an agreement. But it's it's hypocrisy at the at its highest level, you know. And like you said, what was that?
I don't know.
Going back to the war of no, not the war, but we were just saying the national anthem, Star Spangled Banner in full.
Okay, so we just gonna do this.
Yeah, might as well, cause since yeah, but folks, we have planned something else, but we're gonna go on this because
because he is heated and wants to talk about it. That's what we're doing.
Well, because that guy, and I don't even know his name, but the coach of Virginia Tech, I that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. You don't force, you can't talk about freedom and then say,
right.
I'm gonna force you to respect these people
right.
and because they fought for our freedom. No, the people who fought for the freedom of the United States are no longer here. Those wars, and I'm not knocking the wars that they, any military person,
right.
And I appreciate that. But I'm not. Don't sully the name or blow smoke at people say, oh, we fight these things for our freedom. We don't. We didn't fight Iraq for our freedom. That was not for freedom. That was for oil.
What? No weapons of mass destruction.
Yeah. Vietnam had nothing to do with our freedom. None of these people actually threatened our freedom.
So what? It was threatening our commerce.
It was exactly.
Okay.
Somewhat.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll give you World War II and World War One. That was a global thing, and if we didn't do something about it, maybe it would have they probably would have took California.
Oh yeah, Hawaii.
But all right, I'll say that. But again, not the rest. I don't say we fight all these wars because it's for freedom. But the verse you was talking about, let's see, is that the first, second?
I think it's the second.
The second. On the shore dimly seen through the mist of the deep, where the foe's haughty host in dread silence reposes. What is that which the breeze over the towering steep, as it fitfully blows, half concealed, half discloses? Now it catches, I don't think it was that one. Okay, now it catches the gleam of the morning's first beam, and the full glory reflected now shines in the stream. I think they're talking about the actual waving of the flag, which he could see. Here it is. This is the third one.
Okay.
And where is that band who vauntantly swore that the havoc of war and the battle's confusion, a home and a country should leave us no more? Their blood has washed out their foul footsteps, pollution. No refuge could save the hireling and slave from the terror of flight or the gloom of the grave. Now, what does that mean? Terror of flight. That means
so you can't be a runaway slave.
You're not going to get away. You can flee, but we're going to catch up to you, and you're destined for the grave.
Right.
And then it says, and the Star Spangled Banner in triumph doth wave over the land of the free and the home of the brave. And at that time, there were humans in the United States who were still
not free.
And again, the big thing was, and this was the historians saying it, again, black people or the enslaved people were promised freedom by fighting with the British. And did you know the British actually outlawed slavery before the U.S.? They're the ones that actually outlawed the importation of slaves from Africa.
Okay.
So, in that context, you could say, well, what should the Africans in America who were enslaved, what should they do? Should they have fought for the Americans, or should they have fought for the British?
I mean, the British weren't enslaving them, so it's kind of hard to be like, oh yeah, I'm just going. I don't.
And you may have actually been freed from slavery earlier.
Right.
So, hey, that's a debate all in itself.
Yeah, you could go on and on and on about that one. Yeah.
All right. So
I don't know. Sorry. Like I said, I feel like I shouldn't be able to be forced to, stand for the national anthem. And I know a lot of people is just like, you're just a football player or you're just a basketball player. Just, shut up and dribble. Pretty much. And it's just like, I'm still a human. who still can get pulled over
Right.
because of the color of my skin.
Or how about this? I'm an American just like you, and I have the freedom to voice my opinion just like you. So what? I play basketball,
right,
or football, and somebody actually did say that.
Yeah.
They told him to shut up and dribble. I forgot who it was, but yeah,
they did. And
the
it's
nerve.
just, right, and it's just like, okay, wait a minute. Yeah, my relatives have died in wars, or I'm like you said, I'm American. I've done all the same things you've done. How fair is that to me? That just because of my particular job, I'm not supposed to have an opinion.
Right. I agree. No, on your end, the notorious Felonious Feather. How do Nigerians, from what you know, how do they feel about that? I know theirs is a little bit different, but
yeah, it's different. Cause
how do you? I mean, so you guys, for the most part, when the national anthem is played, you stand proud.
Yes, we do.
Right. So I guess
we stand still.
You stand still and proud. Well, yeah.
Yeah, but I saw a video of an activist, a female activist, like a couple of days ago. She went to an event and then they were playing and the president was it there? No. Oh, she went to an event and they were playing the new national anthem, and she sat. Yes.
And this was in Nigeria?
Yes.
Did anybody say anything, or
how did they feel about that?
Nobody said anything. Of course, on social media they had everybody, but the youths were for her. They're like, oh well, good. Everybody has their own.
Right.
They can do whatever they want to do and all of that. Like misplaced priority. Like, why is the national anthem we had the May 29th is it Democracy Day? It was the Democracy Day. That was the day they changed the national anthem. It's like
May 29th is Democracy Day.
Yes, I think that's the day they always. I don't know the time they vote as well. I think so. May 29th is like when people come in power and all of that stuff. Okay. Too. So
that's like our January 20th, I guess, when the new administration takes over.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, I see that.
So that was when they changed it, and everybody's complaining about the price of food, the exchange rates, and everything, and nothing is being done. But you're thinking about the national anthem,
Are you basically saying that the changing the national anthem should have been way down on the list?
Yes. if you're doing something and making everybody happy, nobody cares about you trying to change the national anthem and bring it back or whatever. Right. Everybody's gonna accept it that way. But then nothing is being done in the country. Everybody's screaming, shouting like, "Oh, we need money," and all of that. And then you're there,
right?
And then that's the first thing you're thinking about. Like nobody's going to even accept or follow whatever you're doing. Nobody's going to follow you. And
I feel like that about a lot of things in America. We put priority on some things we shouldn't.
You guys have like what's it called? Like the way everybody expresses themselves, it's like I don't want to use the word. I wish there was another word.
Freedom of expression.
Yes, but it kind of feels like entitlement to
entitlement?
me. Yes,
entitlement. What to?
Like the way you can say, "Hey," the way I'm like there are worse things happening in other places, and you guys the things you fight about or the things that mean so much to you, and not things that we're concerned about in our. You get what I'm trying to say? Like the way. The things like talking about this, we should do this, we should do that. The national anthem, it has to do with war. There are other things that are really like, you get what I'm saying? Like Americans are like, I feel like they're entitled. I understand that that's how the country was built and all of that, because you see them, everybody has like freedom to do whatever, say whatever. You know what I'm saying? And the things that
to a point.
Yeah, well,
right.
But the things that mean most to you, it's not like, when I told you when I first came to the country, I'm like, oh my God, why would you be an American with your citizen and all of that, and you're begging on the street? You know what? It kind of feels some type of way to me. You get what I'm trying to say?
Because people put priorities on things that they shouldn't be, and
I'm just saying when I came, it was kind of weird to me.
But see, I'm gonna tell you this, and just from me talking to a lot of people from Africa in general, like different people all over, and a lot of their perspective is because they don't know the history of the U.S. That's one. They don't know. And I'm not saying they should. Well, I'm saying they should, but I could see why they wouldn't. They got their own country and things to worry about too.
We don't know other people's countries.
Bingo. So, but when you come here, and I gave somebody a good example. I was saying how, some of the guys and gals that I know that come from Africa will work long hours, right? And for low pay, no complaints, whatever, maybe because they have the opportunity to be here and they have a job where other times it's harder to get a job. But I also told them, I said, well, here we expect a 5-day work week and 8 hours a day.
Right.
And if you get over 40 hours for that week, you get time and a half.
Yes.
So, if we complain about that from their perspective, they're looking at, oh my God, you guys are getting this and you're complaining about
Exactly. Something
But it's a buildup. It's nothing happened here without having to work at getting to that point.
Right.
So when you look at the responsibility of making things fair, making things, making life better, more equitable, that's always going to be a fight. Whereas, Nigeria or South Africa, those, there's reasons for that. They had to fight a different fight. Right. Yeah. So a lot of times we don't understand, the differences, and I'm gonna say, I watch a lot. I talk to people a lot. I like to know why people do the things they do or why they have certain perspectives. And that is the biggest difference right there. We don't know each other's struggles exactly.
Right,
and or how we came to be at this point in time. And that's going to be another podcast, by the way. So that division between Africans and African Americans, and it basically comes down to we had our thing. Even when we try to unite, there's going to be a gap in understanding. I don't put blame on anybody, and there's a blame on somebody, but I won't blame Africans in Africa or Africans in USA. I won't do that, but I think that's something that we need to work towards.
When you mean Africans in US, do you mean like yourself?
I'm talking about black people. Because people don't like that term.
Because I don't even really.
You don't like black people?
People don't like the term in black. Black. Because they'll say, well, we're not black, and white people are not white. They're pink, and we're brown.
Lord.
Stuff like that. They don't like that term. And I'm talking about
the people fight over the
even Africans. These are people saying that they didn't like it. So I'm like, well, you can say if you.
And some Americans don't like to be called like Africans. Yeah.
Right.
So they like Black Americans better.
Yeah, but technically, I mean, there's a reason. I mean, everybody always gets those things mixed up, and then a lot of people on the outside look at Africa as all you guys are the same. But we're Italian.
Africa is not a place where we live in the zoo where we have monkeys. I don't wake up every day to see monkeys and lions and camels in my backyard and all of that. No, it's not.
You do got monkeys though.
It's not that kind of place where it's like a normal city where we have roads. I've never even seen the most animals I've seen in my life has been in America. I'm telling you.
I think my husband said
it's always like I'm like, oh my God, is that a deer? Wow. I've never in my life seen a deer before. Even squirrels, we don't have that. I've never seen that before. The normal cats, dogs.
Right.
What wild animal I've ever seen?
The
Besides the zoo, I've seen an ostrich, whatever.
Didn't you ride rhinos to school though?
Whatever.
The school bus.
I'm
just putting it out there. It's not what you think. We do not wake up to see a zebra every day. I would love that, but the most animals I've seen has been in America.
But some people do.
Some people maybe if they live in the bush or in the forest, I don't know, in the forest or whatever. But it's not like you see them like. They're not like it's gonna be like in a wild forest. You know what I'm saying? Not like in the habitable place where people live.
Like they're not walking down the street.
Exactly.
In the city.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some of them do.
That's not true.
It is true.
Only if it's like a safari or something like that.
No. There is. I'm not talking about.
Where have you been?
I'm not talking about Lagos. I'm talking about
It's
I
not
Lagos.
It's not called Lagos. It's called
Lagos.
I
said Lagos.
Lagos.
I'm talking about there's other places outside. This is the debate she and I have all the time. Like, I said, you talk when you say Africa, she talks about her perspective of her neighborhood in Lagos.
Lagos and Nigeria. I talk about Nigeria in general.
Right. But again, like how some of the people on the outside, they think that Africa is one big country.
Okay, Africa is not a country; it's
Right.
a continent.
But that's a lot of people think. They say
You're right.
they think
You're
it's one big country,
absolutely
right?
right. You're
But even
absolutely right.
in certain countries, there's a really how you call it, a nation. There's like hundreds of nations within
Right.
the country. You know, even Nigeria. We looked at
What's
that.
500 and something languages?
Yeah, they have the
Wow.
most.
Which I
That's
didn't know.
amazing.
I only
Yeah.
know 3 major ones, but
That's
the other
amazing.
ones are probably they are derived from the 3 major languages. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's adding something to their own to make it different. That kind of thing.
What 3 do you know?
It's just Yoruba, Igbo, and Hausa.
You know
That's
Igbo?
it. Go sleep.
No, you said you. I said,
Oh,
you know of 3.
You know of. Okay,
Oh, okay,
not
okay,
speak.
okay,
No,
all right,
I
I
only
gotcha.
speak Yoruba.
Okay, yeah, that's the only one you speak.
Whatever.
I mean, I asked him how many he speak.
Nothing.
Right.
And everything he says is it's not like he's been to Africa or anything. It's just research, knowing. And I said I'm going to take him to Nigeria one day. Maybe Tracy will come too. Maybe you come. Lamb Chop, you gonna come?
I would come
Okay.
with you.
Yeah.
Not with you. I would definitely go. Whatever. Be quiet. Yes.
Maybe we could take our podcast to Africa.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
Okay,
That would be
well,
wonderful.
now you heard it here, so we don't want to hear no excuses.
No,
Go get your sunblock.
you get on my nerves. You
But
the
you
one
know-
need sunblock too. Don't even try.
I know that's the
Coming
bad
from
part
a
about
white guy.
it. Shit.
You know.
A white guy with a black head.
No, I'm gonna tell you this. Like, last time I went to Canada.
I got one joke.
Okay.
You look like sunny side up. Whatever that is.
I can't with y'all. I cannot. Oh my god. I know
Okay,
people
I'm
think
done.
we're crazy. People probably listen to this podcast and like they're nuts. They are crazy.
But I was like when I've been last time I went to Canada, right, Toronto, it was refreshing to actually go in and talk to people who live there and talk about different perspectives, ways of life, and things like that. And it's kind of like how they see those videos. People stop people on the street and say, "Hey, what's this?" Such,
Yeah.
It was kind of like that. It was just regular conversations. But I think when we go to Nigeria.
Oh Lord.
I think it'll be a good opportunity to, talk to people like talk to people on the street.
Right.
And then, Felonious can translate for us.
Whatever.
What is these sheets?
You've known me, what,
Oh
8
no,
years?
I can't believe you
and-
said that.
What is these sheets?
I can't believe you said
And
that.
he understands me.
He does understand
No,
you.
I
He
don't.
Yes,
No,
you
I
do.
don't.
It's like, still.
Yes, you
She's
do.
known me for how long now? And
Right.
She
She
understands
don't
everything.
understand it.
and
She's gonna be just like people that be talking.
Oh,
the
the only time was one time when she
the bird.
Yeah.
Nope. I'm telling you, this is
And he never till today. Then he went and told Dimitri about it,
Oh my
and then
gosh.
and then forever, and then he goes and he told my kid, "Do you know your grandfather is a bird?"
Oh, no, did you do that? That's horrible. You're a mess.
no. Let's be truthful here.
A
Now,
mess.
you say everybody understands you. Let me tell you about lamb chop, right? Just like the Spanish people, when you talk to them and they don't know, all they say is yes.
What's the difference between you and
Yes.
Trump? You just sounded like Trump.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you did. You just did.
Well, he did.
You
He,
just- you
I
just
didn't.
did-
I
you
didn't
just
say
did
she was.
whatever.
She
You just
was
did.
selling oranges.
Oh, you did last week.
Nope, that was Trump.
You said I was selling oranges last week.
I said that's
when
when
she wasn't here.
I said that's
it was
when I
2
met
weeks
you.
ago.
Uh-huh.
but that was a while ago.
Yeah. Okay.
And
You're
roses.
horrible. You're
Roses.
horrible.
No, actually, it's so funny. I can laugh about this, but I do have a serious respect for people of different cultures. I pick with people because I like it. I like those things about
them.
Yeah,
Right,
and
right.
that's the beauty of traveling. And I always me, if I see anybody who looks different or has a different accent.
He's just nosy. That's it.
He will
plain
start a
nosy.
conversation with anybody.
Yeah, plain
just-
nosy.
Yeah.
I know. I just like to
Yeah,
know
nosy.
some things.
Yeah,
hey, but
nosy.
it works for me though.
Nosy.
If you different, if I think you're different from me in any way, I'll usually ask a question. I don't, all you could just do is say mind your business. And I was told mind my business one time.
I should have told you that.
It was-
I should have told
and
you.
it was a girl from, I think she was from Rwanda. Yeah, she was from Rwanda.
Okay.
You know, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. I'm gonna ask a question, whatever. We was in Rural Farms,
Yeah, he will stop anybody
and she was
anywhere.
like, how you say? What is your business?
Whatever.
Oh, good
Yeah,
gracious.
no, she quick to say that. What is your business?
Hey. Listen,
Well, it's good. It's funny that you always understand. Like after a while, you get to understand. You know, having to explain to you like or the context in which I mean certain things. You know, you would normally not say what is your business in America. You know, say oh mind your business or what is your business. It's not something you guys will say, right?
No, we would say mind your business.
Oh, really?
What is wrong with you?
That's your-
Olodo.
I think you have to respect people who come from another country and you know go there and learn the language and you know I don't you know people say like America is this like melting pot. I think of it more like and I heard somebody say this like 100 years ago like a tossed salad like it's individualized.
The nun.
Yes,
Was
like
it with the short haircut? What's her
the
name?
nun with the short haircut.
Yeah, she had the one, the blue-eyed, green-eyed, no, the blue-eyed, brown-eyed lady who did the experiment, the little short lady
Okay.
who did the experiment with the white kids about being who
With
had
the-
brown eyes and who had blue eyes.
Okay.
You remember her?
I hear what you're saying. I don't remember her name. Is what I'm saying. But you know,
But she was short like you.
Ah.
that was your people.
You a heightist.
Am I heightist?
Anyway.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying that like it should be more thought of as a tossed salad where all the pieces play a part. Don't you even start with the tossed salad. Don't even start. And it's great that people come and give us culture.
Right.
You know, give us more culture and we can learn things from anybody. I feel like you can learn things
Yeah,
from almost
I do
anybody.
too. That's
Yeah.
why I talk to people because there's always something you can learn from them. Everything.
Because
Right.
you're nosy.
Well, there's that.
Yeah, I know one of the Nosy Rosies. That's her singing group, the Nosy Rosies. Akari, Akira, Corey, and you.
Whatever.
Nosy.
I'm
Yeah.
not nosy.
What is wrong with you?
You could no, I'm serious. You could put a box on a table and it'll kill her if you don't open the box.
Who?
Jumang.
Not
Did
me.
you pull out Scarface? Like, what are you doing?
Jumang.
What are you doing?
All right. Here we go. We I know we didn't plan on talking about the national anthem and whatever, but it's important. It may seem little minor to a lot of people, but it does. It has repercussions. It has gravitational waves. I'm actually studying that right now, the gravitational waves thing.
geez.
I didn't throw my science stuff in here today, but
Well, how are you going to be the land of the free when you don't let people be free?
true.
That is my last comment on the subject.
True. So for you guys who are listening, please take the time to check us out at www.hottopics. That's HOTTOPIX podcast.com. Check out our events page. We do have an event on Saturday, June the 29th from 4 to 7 p.m. We're having a wine and pasta podcast. Come join us. The tickets are only $45. And we're going to make this a nice interactive event where you can get your choice of 3 types of pastas. Entrees, thank you. And
Olodo.
wine. And wine, red or white wine, or is it going to be the choice of dry or sweet wine? I don't know.
Red and white wine.
Okay. So it's going to be fun. And we're going to invite people up to take that 4th host spot. So please join us. And also the Sunday before that, June 23rd, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. we'll be at Gwynn Oak Park, 6010 Gwynn Oak Avenue for the Gwynn Oak Food and Music Festival. That's usually a nice turnout, and people have a lot of fun. There's going to be stuff for everybody, for the kids, good food, entertainment, and a lot of vendors.
What's that date again?
29.
Sunday, June 23rd.
You changed it again?
No, for the Gwynn, you're talking about the Gwynn Oak Food and Music.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, Sunday, June 23rd, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m.
11 p.m.
Yes.
Sunday, June 23rd.
Yeah, watch for the signs. Also, park on the 5400 block of Glendale Avenue, which is the other side of the park. You'll watch for the balloons. So all you have to do is walk across the bridge and get right into the park, and there's plenty of parking. So you don't have to park on the street and worry about somebody hitting your car or your mirrors and stuff like that. So, and of course, we do have an influencer challenge. I forgot about that one.
Okay.
Right. For those who want to participate, we're going to go on a 4-day, 3-night excursion. And the person who gets the most referrals for subscribers, you can go to the website that I mentioned, hottopicspodcast.com, and you have your referrals. Place your name in the referral box. Okay. Once they subscribe, we'll do a tally at the end of the year. And if you have the most referrals, you'll join us on our 4-day, 3-night trip to a destination of your choosing. I'm joking.
Oh,
I
get ready to say he has lost his mind. Listeners, come on, family.
But it's gonna be a nice outing.
Yes.
You know, just in case, you know, get your passports ready. But we're gonna have fun, and then you'll also join us in our podcast. You'll be that fourth co-host, and we're gonna have fun, and always, you know, a lot of good food and drinks, and I think that's all really matters.
Shenanigans and nonsense.
Okay, so
gotta have shenanigans.
Yes. And if you like any of our topics, or if you have a suggestion for topics, you can always email us. Again, it's the same thing, hottopicspodcast@gmail.com, or just go to the website and you can contact us on there. So thanks for listening.
Thank you. Listen, like, share.
Yes, if you see us on social media, listen, like, share, follow.
We are on all available podcast systems.
Yes.
Tom.
I was waiting for you to say it.